Who dares wins. 3 words. The motto of 22 SAS and the operational philosophy of the most feared Special Forces unit on Earth. There is a barracks in Hereford. No sign, no tours. The town knows what happens inside. The town says nothing. May 5th, 1980. 6 men in black abseiled the Iranian embassy. 17 minutes. All hostages freed. The SAS introduced itself to the world. Selection starts in the Brecon Beacons. 55-pound Bergen. Solo navigation. No instructor beside you. The mountain doesn't explain the rules. The long drag. 64 kilometers alone. The time limit is not published. You find out at the finish whether you were fast enough. After the mountains, the jungle. Belize. Triple canopy. No visibility. No noise. A completely different kind of hard. Resistance to interrogation. 36 hours. You are allowed 4 facts. Name, rank, number, date of birth. Nothing else. The badging is not a ceremony. A room. An officer. A sandy beret. You put it on. You tell no one. The SAS operates in 4-man patrols, each man cross-trained in demolitions, medicine, signals, and languages. Any one of them can run the patrol alone. January 1991, Iraq, Bravo 20, 8 men, 300 kilometers on foot, 3 dead, 4 captured, 1 reaches Syria. 1982, Pebble Island, 12 SAS operators, 45 minutes, 11 Argentine aircraft destroyed. The Paris, the SP team, black kit, 30 minutes standby, anywhere in the UK. They train every single day for a call that may never come. May 2000, Sierra Leone, Operation Barras, 11 minutes, 6 British hostages recovered. The West Side boys cease to exist. Right now, 22 SAS is deployed somewhere. You don't know where. The record won't say for 30 years. The work continues. The Special Boat Service, less famous than the SAS, equally capable, operating in environments no other British unit can follow them into. To join the SBS, you must first pass full SAS selection. That is not the qualification. That is the entry requirement. 60 meters down, a submarine lockout hatch. You open it yourself. North Atlantic, 4 degrees. You start swimming. A seized North Sea oil platform. SBS enters from above and below simultaneously. 8 minutes, platform secured. No press release issued. The swimmer delivery vehicle. 2 operators riding it through black water toward a harbor. Silent, no bubbles. The target doesn't know they're coming. A pirate-seized cargo ship, Indian Ocean. SBS up the hull at night. Deck cleared. Crew freed. The ocean keeps the secret. 8 degrees Celsius, 40 minutes in the North Sea. Not an emergency. That's the transit phase of a standard SBS operation. Before the Royal Marines land, the SBS has already been on that beach for 48 hours. Every obstacle measured. No footprints left. The SAS operates in the shadows. The SBS operates in shadows that are underwater. The water closes. No record. Mission complete. The Parachute Regiment, most decorated in the British Army. 1 para at the dip. Inside 1 para, the Pathfinders, the men who go in before the men who go first. D-Day, 0016. Glider lands 47 meters from Pegasus Bridge. Bridge taken in 10 minutes. First Allied objective of the entire invasion. Secured. P Company, the stretcher race, the log race, milling. 60 seconds of all-out aggression. No defense permitted. This is how paras are made. Pathfinder Selection is separate from P Company. Harder. It finds para soldiers who can operate alone behind enemy lines for weeks without support. Hey-ho, exit at 30,000 feet. Steer a parachute 30 kilometers to the drop zone. The aircraft has been gone 30 minutes before you land. Halo, 25,000 feet. 70 seconds of free fall. Open at 2,500. Hit the mark. That's the mission. 6 days in a hole, watching a road, counting vehicles. Nobody knows they're there. On day 7, they extract. No trace left behind. The Pathfinders mark the drop zone. IR lights, wind check, all clear transmitted. 45 minutes later, the sky fills with 1 para. Airfield seized. Paras in. Objective cleared. Follow on force landing before the defenders have organized a response. Speed is the defense. Utrinque Paratus. Ready for anything. Since 1941. The Falklands, Bosnia, Sierra Leone, Iraq, Afghanistan. The red beret earns its meaning every time. 657 Squadron. The dedicated aviation unit for UK Special Forces. They fly where the SAS needs to go. In weather that grounds everything else. 1 purpose. Get the ground team to the objective and bring them home. No mission happens without 657. They're the first requirement, last credit. 1982. Falklands. 657 predecessors flew SAS patrols in conditions that grounded everything else. No manual existed. They wrote it by surviving. Low level. Night. 140 knots. Power lines. Church steeples. The operational environment is harder. This is just the training.
Helmand, 3 UKSF missions before dawn. Refuel, rearm, backup. Most combat flight hours of any British aviation unit in the campaign. The extract call comes in. The pilot is already moving. He pre-planned the response. 90 seconds from call to landing. Every time. The SAS gets the credit. 657 Squadron gets nothing public. No names, no mention. They knew that when they joined. They joined anyway. Tonight, 657 is airborne on a UKSF operation. Classified route, classified objective. When the ground team calls for extract, the aircraft is already close. E Squadron, the unit that doesn't exist. E Squadron, the unit the British government does not officially acknowledge. What follows is based on what credible journalists have established. MI6 needs things done that intelligence officers can't do alone, and uniformed soldiers can't do without attribution. E Squadron is the bridge. A foreign city, a meeting, information exchanged. The operator leaves by 3 different routes. London, if compromised, will say nothing. He knows this. E Squadron operators carry 2 complete skill sets simultaneously. Intelligence tradecraft, Special Forces direct action, both, at the same time, without a gap. The deniability chain is built so every link breaks alone. No documentation leads upward. If the operator is compromised, the chain breaks there and nowhere else. E Squadron works months before D Squadron arrives. They map the target. When the SAS goes through the door, E Squadron already knew what was inside.
They know what's on the other side.
The operation goes wrong. The emergency number rings. Nobody answers. He has a personal contingency for this. He always does. It works.
Plan worked, usually.
Between what Britain officially acknowledges and what happens in hostile cities, there is a gap. E Squadron occupies it, professionally, permanently.
E Squadron operates. It is a
18 Signal Regiment. You haven't heard this name. Without them, every UKSF unit is isolated. The network is what makes the system work.
Without their communications, KS cannot operate.
A 4-man SAS patrol in Helmand Valley reaches London Command in under 30 seconds. Incredible, reliable. 18 Signal made that possible.
That's 18 Signal Regiment.
The gaps in enemy radio traffic tell you as much as the transmissions. 18 Signal reads both. Silence is also intelligence.
The gap between transmissions tells you everything.
60 seconds before the SAS breach, the enemy's comms network goes dark. 18 Signal jammed it. The assault team meets them. The window is there. They're not in a headquarters. They're forward deployed, under fire, fixing equipment in the dark during ongoing operations, because the comms cannot fail.
Wherever the SAS needs comms to work.
Remove 18 Signal from a UKSF operation, and you have excellent isolated units that cannot talk to each other. The network is the capability. Every press release says UK Special Forces. It doesn't mention who kept them connected. 18 Signal Regiment never appears. The work happened anyway. The selection standard hasn't changed since 1941. Same mountain, same weight, same requirement. The mountain doesn't negotiate. It hasn't in 80 years. The first march is called the Signer, not the hardest test, the one that shows candidates the accurate picture of what they've entered.
Not because it's the hardest day, it's not.
The fan dance, 24 kilometers, Pena fan, 55-pound Bergen, time limit unpublished. The checkpoint knows. You find out at the finish. The directing staff say almost nothing. No encouragement, no feedback, no time splits. If your time is insufficient, 2 words, pack your kit. 200 start, 40 remain after Hill's face, 15 are badged. The attrition is not dysfunction. It reflects how rare the capability actually is.
It always has been.
The SAS hasn't badged impressive athletes who couldn't navigate. It hasn't badged people who needed others to keep going. The mountain finds both out.
Well predicted by physical size, athletic.
The badging is a Tuesday, a room, a beret. 250 people on Earth hold both. You go home, you tell no one.
You go home, your neighbors have no idea.
The SFSG, formed 2006, 1 para, Royal Marines, RAF Regiment, 1 purpose. Everything UKSF needs done that the SAS can't do while doing the main mission. While the SAS is inside, the SFSG holds the outside. No reinforcements reach the compound. No one exits undetected. The bubble holds until extraction. 1 para in the SFSG brings parachute regiment aggression to Special Forces scale. When 4 SAS operators aren't enough, the paras fill the gap precisely.
The paras make it the right size.
The Royal Marines UNDET extends UKSF reach to every coastline. Commando capability, amphibious insertion, the tradition that goes back to 1942. The RAF Regiment holds the airfield, fire support, force protection, perimeter held. The UKSF element focuses on the mission. The regiment focuses on the perimeter. The SAS is 1 part. The SBS, the Pathfinder, 657, E Squadron, 18 Signal, the SFSG, each in their exact space.
The system is the real capability, Vauxhall Cross. The building is visible. The work inside it is not. The officers who leave it every morning are as invisible as anyone in this video. An SIS officer is not James Bond. Unremarkable appearance, native level language, years building one relationship that may never produce anything, then does. Satellites tell you coordinates. SIGINT tells you what was said. Only a human inside the room tells you the decision made before anything was transmitted. Moscow, Tehran, Beijing, 2-year postings. A career measured in continents and decades. The SAS measures success in minutes. The SIS measures it in careers. An asset is a person with reasons. Disillusionment, principle, fear, loyalty to something else. The officer's job is to understand those reasons better than they do. When the asset is in danger, the officer moves them out. 72 hours, family included, managed from a hotel room. The promise was always real. The SAS knew exactly where the target was and when. They didn't build that intelligence. SIS built it over years. The shooters get the credit. The intelligence officer's war looks like a man in a cafe staying slightly too long over coffee. Inside, threat assessment, asset debrief, exit route, all at once. Inside Vauxhall Cross, there's a wall of gold stars. Each one an officer who died in service. Names classified, stars permanent. The corridor knows. 22 SAS, SBS underwater, Pathfinders on the drop zone, 657 in the dark, E Squadron on a foreign street, 18 Signal holding the net, SIS at a cafe table. All of it, one country, invisible, extraordinary.